Good evening. Hey, just want to take a few minutes to kind of share something with you. I was sitting here in my office at home, and I was doing some work, and we do what we call coordination. And so I was updating some things on my workflow, and I remember visiting with a family not too long ago. This family, the mother, no, their dad, there was three girls, and I was talking with them, and their one of the daughters had passed away. Their mom and dad's been passed, but anyway, their dad used to be a lighthouse keeper. They was raised around Jekyll Island. They was raised around St. Simon's and Tybee Island, and I always thought about lighthouses. Lighthouses kind of uh, fascinates me to think about a lighthouse. Think about what a lighthouse does. Um, Suppose that you was a ship captain, and it was late at night. It was in the middle of the night, and a storm comes up, and your boat gets rocked around, gets turned sideways, and so forth, and you may lose a sense of direction. But those lighthouses come in handy to let you know that where you won't somewhat run ashore. There is purpose in a lighthouse, and every time I see a lighthouse, it reminds me of this: that when we're in life, when we're in our everyday coming and going, sometimes we may find ourselves in a storm. It may be at night. It could be a dark time in our lives, and uh, as the song says, I thank God for the lighthouse that overlooks life's sea. Now, think about your life, um, and you see the lighthouse, which is Jesus. In God's word, it tells us in John chapter 8 and verse 12, and I'm paraphrasing the message, Eugene Peterson's message. He says, I am the light of the world. So what Jesus is saying, no one who follows me shall stumble around in darkness. I provide plenty of light to live by. And the King James Version says, shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So I see many people hurting. I see many people who appears to be walking around as if they're walking in darkness. Now I don't know about you, but we have a thing in our bedroom. It's called one of these night lights, and we have that thing there for one reason. If we have to get up and go somewhere in the middle of the night, or use the restroom or something like that, we don't have to stumble around and bump our toe, and it prevents that. In the same way about having the Lord in our life as Him being the light of the world, He tells us in Matthew chapter 5 that we are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. So think about that in terms of you being the light of the world. As Jesus has shown himself to us and he leads us and guides us, what about him using us to help lead and guide those who may have lost their way? Well, the question is this: how bright is your light shining? How bright is your light shining? You've sung it probably many times in church. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let Satan blow it out. I'm going to let it shine. You know that? Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. So I think about that song. I think about, have we hidden our light? Have we hidden our testimony? Everybody has a story, and everyone's story should be told at some point. You have a light. If God has shone his light on you, it should reflect of what Jesus has done in your life. So let me encourage you, even though we go through this time, let your light shine. Find ways to let your light shine, to help others, to be encouragement to others, and just realize and thank God for all the blessings that he has blessed you with. Let your light shine. God bless you. Have a good day.